All right. In politics, where strategy and influence majorly dictate the course of events, internal party politics can drastically reshape electoral outcomes. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has affirmed Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's victory in the April 20 governorship primary of the All Progressive Congress APC in Ondo State. But the battle is far from over. Despite effort by the APC leadership to pacify aggrieved aspirants over the outcome, one of them, Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, has approached the Federal High Court demanding the cancellation of the election. Senator Ibrahim alleged that the primary was fraught with irregularities. As such, he wants a fresh primary to determine the APC governorship candidates. Wow, Sonny?
Yes.
It's not a trend to be a bad loser. It's not a trend. The spirit of sportsmanship in any election is no longer there. Any election now, you know that, oh, we have to go to court.
Yes.
Nobody will want to say, oh, let's just congratulations, I wish you the best of luck, I'll try next time.
Next time.
It must, if you don't win, you must describe the process, you must ridicule the process.
Yes.
If you don't win, you must say it's not fair and fair. When you go to court, you say the judiciary, they've been compromised if you don't get your way.
Exactly. But all of that emanates from the fact that we have lost ground in party politics. When I was beginning to monitor politics as a secondary school student in the 80s, I knew that at that time the party was supreme. Supreme in quotes. In that the party decided which person will get the ticket. They will decide. Nobody else. At that time, the party was stronger than the governor.
Yes.
The party was stronger than the speaker.
In the days of UPN.
Yes, and NPN. Now, if the party has decided that this is the person, or this is the zone that will get the ticket, there was nothing anybody, no Jimoh Ibrahim would come to upstage the party. But unfortunately, in the current setting, the governor decides everything. The governor picks the speaker. The speaker does not disagree with the governor in whatever he wants. He can even bring a bill in the morning. By afternoon, the House, under the speaker, would have passed it, and the governor would have signed. So a bill can be done in a day. This is a mockery.
Automatic alacrity.
Complete mockery of democracy. And we must learn to depart from this ugly trend, because it's not going to help. How would you explain if all the people had agreed that let us go for primary election, and at the end of the day, somebody wins? Who are you? If the party was still strong, who are you to disagree? And INEC has said that this is the result. We monitor this election, and this is the person who won. What else do you want? It's just that we have not got the system right. The process is not yet right. Everybody should queue behind the party so that we will have peace. Elsewhere, when sometimes you don't even hear about the primary. Because, in fact, they already say that this person will be our candidate. This person, they already pinpoint the person. This is the person that will be a party candidate in this election. And that's it, by consensus. So what is wrong with Nigerians? Why are we trying to bring down the house? Because all of us, we were angling for democracy to take roots. And it has taken roots since 1999. But it appears as if we are going backwards. We are not improving the processes. We are fighting more than ever before. So let us come back home and ask ourselves, are we making progress in our political journey, or are we retrogressing?
As at the time they were about to conduct that primary, did you ever see Senator Jimoh Ibrahim creating this kind of upsets?
I didn't see him winning the election. I will even congratulate him for getting the votes that he got. I didn't see him winning the election at all. And in this election, you will see, let me see, Aiyedatiwa defeated, he won the election by a wide margin. The person that came next to him scored 15,343. That is Akin Folani and Olusola scored 14,915. Jimoh Ibrahim came fourth. He scored 9,456 in that election. So the governor lost 2 of the local governments. He won 16 out of the 18 local governments.
That's massive.
I do not know how Jimoh Ibrahim and others who come up and say, "Oh,
We won the election.
they won the election," or that
It was fraught with irregularities.
the governor got 48,569. 48,569. So the gap
It's huge.
The question is, what is Jimoh's goal?
9,000.
If they do a fresh election, he will still not win. Is he going to tell the court to declare him the winner?
With 9,000.
If the court were to declare him the winner, what would the court do to the people who came second and third? And they scored much higher votes than Jimoh. Jimoh boasted in the days leading to the primaries. He was on TV boasting that he was going to spend money, he was going to do this. You know the way he talks. But what transpired on election day effectively put him in his place politically, because I do not reckon with him as a political heavyweight in that state. And if they do this election again and again, I don't think the outcome will change. In terms of who will win. By the nature of our politics, there's no way a party would want to give its ticket to another person when they have an incumbent. I've looked back.
It's not there.
It doesn't happen. Even in Kwara, despite the problem that Oloye Olusola Saraki had with Adamata in those days, the party still brought Adamata forward as his candidate in the 1983 governorship election in that state. Because if you have an incumbent, if a party has an incumbent governor, it has the resources to not just win an election, but to win handsomely. If you now, in the course of your primaries, contrived or somehow you allow the incumbent to be defeated, he could use those resources at his disposal to back the opposition, which will spell doom for the ruling party. We've seen how incumbent governors, it's always difficult to even defeat an incumbent governor. And where his party at the national level is backing him with the resources at his disposal, it's extremely difficult for that incumbent to not win. In places where the APC and the PDP incumbents have lost election, go back and check what happened, it's usually the result of infighting between them. It's usually the result of infighting. Check. You see that infighting is usually the reason incumbents get defeated, or even in the presidential election, they are unable to retain their state. It's usually infighting that causes, but where everyone is pulling the same direction, in our kind of politics, is usually difficult. So the leadership of the APC must have felt that the way things are going, it makes sense for them to rally around the incumbent, in this case, Aiyedatiwa, to make sure that he became the flag bearer, and he's going to do only one term. By our amended laws, he cannot do more than one term because he's been sworn in once, so he can't be sworn in more than 2 times. So it was easy to sell him to other zones and stakeholders in the state that, look, this person is doing 4 years. Yes, and in no time, 4 years will be here. Let him be, so that another person can come in and do the election and be governor. If they were to allow another person to win the primaries, that one will now do 2 terms. So in all of these, politicians look at their interest, they look at what's at stake, what's the need for them, before deciding on who to support. And I know that some of the other people who have issues with the election, they are going to, the party will do its best to reconcile them. Whether they will be able to reconcile Jimoh Ibrahim, I really do not know. But it was not, in fact, when the party announced that this appeal committee on the primaries was going to start sitting, there were 3 of them that came out to say they were challenging the election. I think Kekemeke and Olusola. Okay. But today it is Jimoh Ibrahim that is all over the place, even saying things that are against the spirit of good sportsmanship and a good party man. Because if you are wishing that your party loses the next election because you didn't win the primaries, that's not how to be a good party man. People like Baba, this Baba who was principal of this famous school in Ibadan, they were not happy that it was Bola Ige that emerged as the candidate of UPN in those days. But they still came together, supported the party, and Bola Ige won the election. Because the person that many of the party men wanted was actually Bola Ige's principal back in secondary school, Baba Alayande, remember. So these things happen. Sometimes the person imagines not who you wanted, but as a party man, you know that the party is supreme. You have to work for the party. I remember Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu telling Faleke in 2019 to go and work for Yabelo's second term. They were not charming. They didn't really like each other. But you know, Asiwaju will not work against the interests of his party. He told him, go and work for him. Faleke collapsed the structures. He didn't take any money from them, and he went ahead to work for them based on the instruction of his political leader. That is good partymanship. If I can coin that word, that's good partymanship. But we see where Jimoh ends in this whole matter, because for the INEC to come out to say that the primaries complied substantially with the Electoral Act 2022, and the DSS and the police also said that they monitored it. It was in the affidavit that they presented before the High Court. So for me, this is Aiyedatiwa is officially now the candidates of the
All Progressive Congress.
All Progressive Congress for the Ondo State election in November.